You're live. Hello, Buffalo Vineyard Church family. We wanted to make this video to share with you some important news. So it's with a lot of gratitude, but also with a lot of heaviness that I'm going to be stepping down as the pastor of the Buffalo Vineyard Church. And we wanted to share that with you. This has been just a season of discernment for us that has come to this place, a lot of conversation, a lot of prayer that have gone on with Tammy and I, as well as over the past few months with some friends and mentors and advisors. And we just wanted to communicate to you that we're along with the board and the staff, that we're committed to leading through this transition with as much transparency as we can, just to be open in conversation with all of you about what's going on and what's coming. And so we wanted to share this video with you just to give you the opportunity to kind of process the news, and then we will have the opportunity to talk more this Sunday at the church, and I'm sure we'll have plenty of conversations moving forward.
So we just want to kind of run through a couple things that we think will be helpful. We are not stepping down from leadership because of any crisis that's happening, any moral failure in Steve and I's part. There's nothing in the Buffalo Vineyard that's pushing us out, and nothing that we're running from.
Yeah. So I think the reason for this really is so pastoral ministry is really an incredible honor. And, we've had the opportunity over the last 20 years, actually, in Reading, and, over 16 years here in Buffalo, of just being able to stand with people in some of the most beautiful moments of their lives. But also pastoral ministry can be hard too. And, just walking with people through real hardship and difficulty and having to make hard decisions. And so we really feel like, and me in particular, but both of us, that God is inviting us into a season where we're stepping out of pastoral ministry and really just focusing on our own spiritual health and well-being. And that's what this is. That's really the reason for that. Kind of a common theme throughout this season for us, and probably something that will be true for the church for a bit as well, is that there are a lot of unanswered questions. So, we have some real clarity around what the next season should look like for us. Again, stepping away from pastoral ministry. I don't know if that's for a year or two, or if that's permanently. I don't know what's coming. But we do know that God is inviting us into this season. So I also wanted to share with you guys a little bit about just the transition process. So we are committed to leading well through this transition. There's no timeline at this point. So we're not running out the door tomorrow. And along with, again, the rest of the leadership team, we're going to figure out what the timeline will look like. So at this point, we don't have a clear plan for transition, but in the coming weeks, we expect to have a much clearer plan, detailed plan that we can share with the congregation, so that you guys have some sense of what's coming for the church, what the timeline will look like, what's coming next.
Yeah, and we do really hope and pray and believe in God that this transition it will be a good transition for us, but we also really feel that God has something for the church in this too. And that is our hope, that is our prayer, that's what we're trusting God for, is that this transition will bring beauty to the community as well.
Yeah, and so, just the question about the future of the church, I do believe that the church, you guys are amazing people, and we have an amazing leadership team, an amazing staff, an amazing board, and we believe that, I know that, we've had a role over the first 15 years in the life of the Buffalo Vineyard that, we've had things to offer, and I'm sure places where we've caused problems, but that, we've been the people to offer leadership in the beginnings, the first season of the life of the Buffalo Vineyard Church, and that God has the right person and the right team to lead in the next season of the Buffalo Vineyard Church, and that this isn't just a move that is about us doing what is healthy for us, but we're trusting God that this is also something that will be healthy for the church community. And that's really the biggest concern that we have in this, as we've taken these steps over the last 6 months or so. It's become clearer and clearer every time we take a step that this is the right decision for us. And so we're really actually in a good place with this decision. Me and Tammy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, our prayer is just that this is a really good transition for the church, and that this feels like a good step for the church, and that the church is, moves through this in a healthy way. So that's really our hope and our prayer. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, just for us as a family, the Buffalo Vineyard has been a home to us for 16 years, and we really do hope that we'll be able to be a part of the community. But what we really want is the community to be healthy, and we want to honor whatever our leadership at the time, whoever that may be, what that feels like is right for them. And so hopefully everything will be able to be a part, but that may not be the best scenario for everyone too. So
yeah, and I think along with that, we really love the Buffalo Vineyard Church, and love you guys, the community as a whole, the work that we get to do together. But each of you as individuals have left a mark on our lives, and so again, our desire is not to step away from the vineyard, but to step out of being in a pastoral ministry role. And so we would like, when we're going to work towards being able to still be a part of the church after this transition is over. And we have, we've got some wise counsel and support from the Vineyard movement, from leaders who have actually walked through a lot of transitions like that, and they're encouraging us that that's a good goal. So that's what we're hoping for. So the last thing to share is just that I'm sure even as you're listening to this, you have questions and concerns, and they're like all of those are we want to be available to talk through and address, and that's both Tammy and I personally, but also the rest of our board and staff. And so there's a lot of ways that will be an option. And there's this video is there's a letter attached to this video that's got some more specific detail about what communication will look like. But specifically, if you're watching this before Sunday service this weekend, we'll have a time after the service for anybody who wants to stick around downstairs and just talk. And we'll do that, and then we'll keep doing that for as long as people have questions and concerns. But like I said, there'll be other ways as well if you want to send an email or something like that. So again, thank you guys so much. We really are grateful for the season that has been pastoring the Buffalo Vineyard. It's been an incredible. I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's been an incredible. It's more than a season. It's been our lives for so long, and we're really grateful to all of you who have been a part of it with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. There we go.
Can we watch it?
Yeah. So it might take a second.